What up, everybody? What do you say we try this again? Round 3. So I've got my jack this time and my bag of tools, and let's see if we can get this shit out this time. Now watch, if I walk over here and this damn Explorer is missing what I need, I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay, so no shit will be lost today. That's good, because I did not want to flip out. I like to be chill. So anyway, got my shit over here. I'm gonna pull it over here, get started. First thing I'm gonna do is get this drive shaft loose and take the pinion nut loose, because it's the hardest thing to do. And then I'll work on getting this out. We'll record most of it if we can, but I can't get it all because it's nasty as hell out here. Alright, I got it jacked up. Yeah, so next step, 4 12mm bolts on the drive shaft. I'm going to take it out of gear. It's not rolling, so who cares? And then we can drop our drive shaft off, take our pinion nut loose, and then we'll get the gear out of the back. That's the step after we get the drive shaft loose. Alright, so I was able to use my custom breaker bar set up with some pieces of copper that fit inside of each other that I've used before, and maybe somebody else didn't see. But I slide all these together and I make a nice breaker bar. These 12.12mm bolts are extremely tight. I've never messed with one where they were not like 12 ugga-dugga tight with an impact. So anyway, this is the last bolt here. Then we can knock this drive shaft out of the way and take the pinion nut loose. I didn't record me taking these off because I'm going to tell you, they sucked. They were ridiculously tight. My gloves falling off. I guess that bitch has to go now, huh? There we go. Alright. Let's see if we can pop that drive shaft loose now, and after I get that off, we'll get the pinion nut loose. I have a big wrench and another breaker bar to take that big nut loose with. We'll probably jam something in the gear there to stop it from spinning, because it tries to spin whenever you take this nut loose. Other than that, I'll be back. Pinion nut removed. It was an absolute nightmare. The reason this car's in the junkyard is the rust. Alright, as I dug a little deeper here, the thing's rusting out. So I think the transmission's bad too. It won't go in the park. I had to put it in low gear to be able to get the drive shaft loose. So that explains why a decent looking Explorer is in the junkyard. But it still could have been turned into like an off-road thing or something. I don't know. Anyway, pinion nuts off. Now I'm going to take the carrier bolts loose that are in there. It's 419s. I have those loose. Then we'll push the axles in and pop the C-clips out, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, before you do your carrier bolts, you have a cross pin that holds the axles in place. It's held on by an 8mm bolt. You just spin the carrier around till you can get to it. It needs to be out in the open. So I'll take this 8mm nut off. It's a special bolt, and I'll show you once I get it out. My hands are just really dirty and I can't do this while holding the phone, so I'll show you here in a second. Alright, I'll try to record this. I've already got it loose here. Solid tight quarters. You see that's a special bolt. Rounded on the end. It just goes in this cross pin. Focus, you stupid. There we go. Just goes in the cross pin. Now you can slide the cross pin out and you can push the axles into the tubes so you can get to the C-clips. So I'll keep this bolt just in case into the keeper box. And now let's get the cross pin out. I think this sway bar might be in the way, by the way. That's going to suck if it is. It's just extra bolts to take off that I didn't want to do, but I'll do it if I have to. Anyway, slide the cross pin out and we'll go from there. Alright, a second to explain the Ford diff. The S-spring you see right here is a track lock system. Basically, whenever you get on the pedal, this spring pushes apart all these spider gears so that they all lock up together and both wheels simultaneously spin together. And right in here is a C-clip. I've pushed the axle a little bit. You can see I'm pushing it right now. And the C-clip right there is holding this axle in. So I'll use a pair of needle nose here because I don't have a magnet. I don't even know if this needle nose will get in here. I think they will. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to take me a second to get those out, so I'll show you when I get them out. Alright, axle grease all over everything. Bolts removed. We can pop these bearing caps off like that. These shims are in here and they're important. They need to stay on the same side. I'm going to take this carrier straight out and put it straight in mine. So there's a shim right here, and this bearing race is pushing up against it, and it sits in between this back plate and the carrier bearing that I just popped off. Carrier bearing cap that I just popped off. So I'm going to very carefully slide this out, and I'm going to start pulling it out, but I'm going to put my finger in here so that I hold all these bearings and I catch them. And I'm going to save them, make sure I mark what side goes where. Alright, diff out. Those are the shims. That's just one big shim. And the bearing race. Here is the pinion nut that I took off earlier and the flange for the drive shaft. I've already knocked the hell out of it and got the pinion hanging inside the housing, so I'm going to grab it now. And we'll count the teeth and be gone. Alright, see, I wrote driver's side shim, another bag for passenger side shim. Put this shit back in the bags like you need to, because if you don't, you'll regret the hell out of it later on, I promise. So I'll set this here for a minute. It's not really recording anything in particular, but I don't want to hold the phone. So that's driver's side. Passenger side shims. All right. Whoop, drop the phone. So we can hope this is on camera. If it's not, well, whatever. We'll count them later. But let's give a little count here. We'll make a scratch. Oh, we'll talk about making a scratch and not really make it. Tell you what, let's clean some shit up first and get this out here on the cart and then count it. How about that? Alright, remembering back to my rear end destruction, demolition, teardown video, I had 13 teeth on the previous pinion. And this one has, we shall count here, there's a slight bit of damage right here, but it's not bad. Everything else looks just fine. Razor sharp now. So anyway, we'll start where this little orange thing is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, the other one had 13, so we're already doing better. Now let's count the teeth on this, starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. It doesn't take a math genius to know that 41 divided by 10 is 4.1 or 410. So that is exactly what we need. Now we'll bag this shit up. I've got a trash bag to put this in so that it doesn't make a mess in my truck. And I have a grocery bag for this. For the record, when you come to the junkyard, you're going to get filthy. There's no whining allowed in the junkyard. None. It's a junkyard rule. Suck it up. Don't want to hear it. So, pack this shit up, go pay, and we're off. One other thing. The same people were working today that were working the other day, right? So, I went in and paid, and the guy said, "Hey, you're the guy who was here last week, right? Sorry about that." And I was like, "It's all good, dude." So I didn't need any help this time. I just brought my own jack and made it work. But I told him, hey, you know, he was inquiring about Travis's car because he knows Travis. He said, I'd like to see it go down the strip. And I said, well, I got a video on on YouTube. And there's also a video of me being pissed off about it. So hopefully when he watches this, just know I was frustrated, dude. We all get frustrated. It's all good. He was super cool today. I was super cool. It's whatever. Guys, it's all good. It's all good. Sometimes we get pissed off. Just work it out. It's all good. All right, peeps. Got my shit. Heading back to the house now. Paid for it. 60 bucks. Not too shabby. So we get back to the house. We'll probably work on putting this together tomorrow. We're going to be watching the fight here in a little while. I want to go home and get a shower and shit. So I'm also super tired, dude. I worked crazy hours the last couple days. Worked from, gosh, what time was it? I left the house. Man, I think I left the house at 10:30 last night. Drove all the way to Billy Graham Library. Not the library, but right behind it, to the water plant. The air conditioning went out, and that thing's crucial, so stayed out till about 3 in the morning. Got back, or it was actually about 3:30. Got back, laid down and passed out, and got right back up at 5. So it takes me another couple hours to drive to work every morning. So I was running on a couple hours of sleep last night. Ate some food and passed the hell out. So anyway, we'll get this up in a little bit and we'll be tearing into it later. Till then, guys, as you see, I'm getting ready to pull out in traffic, so I'm getting off here. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll probably link the video of me tearing the rear end apart and cleaning it up here, so you can go back and watch. And I might put the junkyard video up here also, or maybe I'll link them over here on this side. Anyway, y'all be good. Peace.